Could get straight to it today. This is for your lower abs. This is what everybody's saying. Give me that flatter stomach. I'm really needing that. I need to work on my core. So I'm going to give you a few hints, tips, exercises to help gain a flatter stomach. Enjoy. Posture is key to just the appearance of having a flatter stomach as well. So the moment you start to engage in a longer spinal alignment, your body's natural kind of core muscles there are just being engaged all of the time. So without you having to do, I say this, a gazillion sit-ups or crunching exercise, crunch style exercises, core exercises, you can have a better core, a better looking lower abdominal area instantly. Okay, so work on your posture, and I'm going to help you with that right now as well. So if I get you to come onto an all fours position, start there, I'll show you now. So in the all fours position, I need to start with my knees underneath my hip sockets, my hands underneath my armpits there, pausing here and just gaining nice long postural alignment with my spine and brace the tummy muscles in. So I just stay here and pull in. To advance this further, you would hover the knees and release down. And this is done without any other changes to the spine. So as you start to pick the knees up, you may be inclined to go into a rounded back position or sag down the other way. So try your very best to maintain complete stillness there in the spine. Let's take that to a slightly more challenging position, starting with the knees down and further away. Okay, if your wrists start to ache after a while, this can always be done down onto your elbows. The same good long body postural alignment. I go from knees down to knees off. Same principle as what I just did a moment ago in the all fours. Feel free to pause and hold that, bracing the tummy. So remember, if you find that's quite difficult here or it loads into your back, watch you're not swaying the back. Okay, perhaps lift one leg up. This is how we advance it in our Pilates work. We lift one leg, press to the other foot. Lift one leg, press back to the other foot. Okay, and hopefully you're seeing I'm staying very still with my spinal alignment. And that's great core stability work right there. Okay, I'm going to finish there. Okay, I'm going to drop onto my side now and show you a side plank. You might not think of doing these to help you gain a flatter stomach, but we need that whole wrap around core strength there, not just at the front. So from here, I'm going to lift my other arm up towards the ceiling, press onto the bottom forearm and have a nice long body alignment there. Again, pulling in at the front, but you're definitely going to feel this here on this side. They're called your lateral stabilizing muscles here, your obliques essentially, but you're working into your latissimus dorsi here underneath as well. Really good for us. So that was knees down. Could you try that perhaps with your legs straight? I've got one leg at the moment stacked in front of the other, and I could progress that to both legs stacked on top and perhaps top leg up entirely. Whew, there we go. I could bring that top leg forwards. I could even do that with the bottom leg down. I could try and throw myself off balance. I think that's a wonderful one. You know, if you want it more challenging, top leg, there we go. That is a very awesome test of your lateral strength. Okay, well done. Release down. Should we do that on the other side? So as I come over onto my other side, I feel the heat I've generated in my body already on that bottom forearm there. I'm going to lift up my top arm, get my body in good alignment. You could overdo it and you've got a little bit of an arc to the body. To start with, just try and have really nice body alignment, including in the head. Not quite sure where to go with that sometimes, are we? I then progressed, didn't I, to the legs straightening off with the top leg lengthening just in front of the bottom leg. Does that feel okay? If it doesn't, return back down onto your knees. And if you can, try stacking the legs. I'll move on to the final level, which might be this one, or perhaps bringing your top knee in, and then you basically try and throw yourself off balance. Any kind of movement, get yourself on a Swiss ball or something. Anything that kind of tries to throw you off your balance is going to test your core that little bit more. I'm finishing here. Well, that was grand, I tell you. Okay, I'm going to come onto my back now and work into my abdominal area. And you might always think of doing sit-ups as being a really great exercise for your stomach because you always feel it. But people have been asking me, can you work my lower core, my lower abdominal area? Well, in a way, there's no such thing as your lower abdominal area, but there's muscle fibers down there that we'd like to stimulate a little bit more. Stretching your legs out here disengages more the hip flexor muscles here, and it's important that we work our six-pack, the rectus abdominis. Okay, so as you're coming up here, you're working here, and you are conscious that you're able to keep your tummy muscles really, really flat, okay? So often when we bend our legs, you can feel your tummy muscles working, but there's often a disengagement of that deepest lying abdominal muscle called your transverse abdominis. So think about, there's two different muscles there you're working here. The one that pulls down and in, transverse abdominis, and the one that's helping you get up right now, the six-pack muscle. So I would do 20 of those, followed by 20 crisscross side to side. Now in my Pilates class, I often start here and I really make sure that people are really rooting the back of their pelvis down before coming up and then saying, try that with your legs lifted. Okay, now this doesn't seem too much more challenging, but I often see then people moving their pelvis, and then you would go to the full version of crisscross, which is one leg in, one leg out. But again, just watch you're not twisting your pelvis when you do this, and of course the tummy isn't popping up. Okay, I'm finishing there. Well done. Release and relax down. So to work your lower abdominal area, to feel that you're working there, we need to make sure, again, this word, the name of the word, is the transverse abdominis, is really nicely connected and on. Arms down beside you, brace the tummy muscles in, pick up one leg to tabletop position. Keep the tummy flat, perhaps tuck under with the pelvis to feel the lower back is in an imprint position, and see if it's possible that you pick up your second leg. Tap one foot down towards the floor, return back up. Tap your other foot down, return up. Okay? It would be more challenging if you went two legs down, back up. But what we're looking for is zero movement of your back. Don't just do this just because it is more challenging. Do this because you're able to remain really still. It can be quite loading on the back, so do be careful. Try now pushing alternating leg away. As you begin to push your leg further away, it loads more work, more effort, more stress into your body. So as we're looking to keep still, the body braces more, and that's why we feel it in our abdomen. Okay, which is why this is a great core exercise. And think of the core as being all the muscles that surround the spine. And we would do this a little bit faster as well. I'm deliberately doing this with the head and shoulders down so that you can focus on the tummy being flat. This is traditionally done with the head, shoulders up, but I'm not always confident that people are always still engaging that deepest lying abdominal muscle, the transverse abdominis, as well as the six-pack muscle, the rectus abdominis, at the same time. I quite often see there's disengagement and the tummy domes up. So be careful of that, and that's why I think you can notice more that the tummy is flat or not when you're down here. Come to stillness there. Lengthening your legs up. Okay, from here, try to roll your hips towards you. Squeezing the tummy muscles down flat, roll your hips towards you. And again, roll your hips towards you a little bit and down. Exhale over, inhale down. Now, if your back feels fine, we go over further to parallel. Squeeze the tummy in tight, come down, hold it still at the bottom there. Just show yourself that you've got the control, strength to hold it there. Going over. So this is called the long spine stretch. This may not be right for you if you've got lower back issues. Okay, so and obviously if you can't get over, you can't get over. That's why I showed you the little short one at the beginning. Just try and do it with as much control as possible. And I'm going to make this go into the full roll over now, which is where I get to this point. I'm going to imprint my lower back to the mat and then inquire into the possibility of sending my legs down whilst my tummy stays flat, and then drive over and then come down again. And for simplicity, today I'm just keeping my legs tightly together. I'm going to show you that one more time, and then stay here and bend the legs. Okay, so hopefully you would be feeling right now the tummy muscles really have engaged, particularly low down. So why don't you just repeat all of those again and go through a nice little sequence there, and you would feel that it's really loaded through the whole of the core, but particularly you'll feel that in that lower abdominal area. Well done. Thanks for watching. See you soon.